We often hear about how women should protect themselves from dangerous men, but what's rarely discussed is the other side, how men can protect themselves from dangerous women. I'm talking about women with dark triad traits: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. These relationships don't just hurt emotionally, they can destroy reputations, careers, finances, and even lives. In this video, I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm here to help you recognize behavioral patterns to protect yourself and make smarter decisions if you find yourself trapped in a toxic or manipulative relationship. Protect your peace, protect your power. Let's start with something every man needs to hear. Don't assume you're safe just because you're strong, successful, or high status. It's real easy to forget to protect yourself when some hot girl you met on the internet is sending you pictures, or some tipsy girl at the bar is ditching her boyfriend to head to your hotel. Guys are the worst with this, especially when some pretty girl starts inflating your ego and making you feel like you're the man. The reality is, the more you have, the more leverage someone can have against you. It's 2025, and power doesn't just mean physical power anymore. Systems, legal, social, and emotional, and financial, can be weaponized. Here are some practical protection steps. Don't invite someone new to your home, especially some girl you just swiped on the internet with, or someone that you just met in public. Get to know her a little bit first. Keep communication records, like your texts and DMs, that reflect mutual consent and context. Use visible, lawful home security cameras that show voluntary visits, but of course, never record private or intimate acts without explicit consent. Just remember to check your local privacy and recording laws before setting up cameras or audio devices. And if intimacy happens, a simple, respectful follow up text like "had a great time" or "take care" or "have a good week" can demonstrate mutual respect and context. These precautions aren't paranoia, they're common sense in a world where accusations can be weaponized. The best way to protect yourself is not to get trapped in the first place. So, how do you spot someone with psychopathic or dark triad traits? The key marker is this: do they harm others to win? When I talk about being a psychopath today, at least for the rest of the videos, that's what I mean. High functioning psychopaths don't usually show violence, they manipulate reputations, relationships, and systems. They lie strategically and play emotional chess and will happily ruin others to come out on top. If you're dating and suspect something's off, start by setting boundaries. When you calmly assert your boundaries, watch for her response. If she guilt trips, rages, or seeks revenge when you hold the limit, that's your answer. Healthy people respect boundaries or communicate with you about them. Manipulators test boundaries and attempt to control or destroy them. So, what if you miss the red flags and now you're deeply involved, maybe even married, or you share kids with somebody, or you have shared assets, and now she's threatening to hurt you emotionally, legally, reputationally, or financially? Here's the truth: if you try to play her game and out manipulate her or outmaneuver her while continuing a relationship of any kind, you will lose. A psychopath has been doing this for a lot longer than you. And whether you know it or not, you both have different goals. Hers is to beat you, regardless of what she might lose. And I can almost guarantee that she'll be willing to lose more than you are. So don't plead, bargain, or try to reason with her empathy. A big mistake guys make is trying to get her to feel bad or feel desire or feel something or anything that can work to his advantage. He forgets that the empathy or sympathy he is appealing to just isn't there. The emotions she demonstrates are all part of a strategy. She doesn't have the capability of having genuine emotions, so you appealing to them will only backfire. Every emotional reaction you give her becomes ammunition. So the moment you see her use threats, deception, or coercion, that's your signal to begin detaching yourself and protecting yourself. Now, here are the steps. One, stop emotional engagement. She feeds off of it. If you are emotionally attached, so what? Get yourself under control or you will lose this. I have a course for free in my community that will help you break an attachment and deal with these emotions if you are struggling. Document everything. Keep messages, screenshots, dates, all that stuff. Do it calmly and quietly. Number three, seek professional support, a lawyer, a therapist or coach, even a forensic psychologist before taking major steps. Number four is avoid retaliation. Fighting her game on her terms fuels the chaos and often backfires on you legally. Look, this is an unpopular opinion, but the system is not designed to protect you because the reality is that women are often the ones being victimized by predatory men and victimized in violent ways. And because of the violence, the system is generally better designed to protect women from predatory men, not protect men from predatory women. So, what this means is if you're playing her game and you retaliate, and in fact, even if you don't do that, even if you just fall into her hands and continue to try to contact her, reason with her, meet her, and God forbid, continue any kind of romantic or sexual relationship with her, what do you think is going to happen? Do you think the system is going to protect you? Or do you think it's going to protect her when she twists everything around and tells her side of it? I think you know the answer to that. And if you don't, well, I guess you're just going to suffer the consequences. Look, if you aren't a psychopath, you can't win using psychopathic tools, period. They'll burn everything down just to say that they beat you. And because she's a woman, the system will defend her and not you if you play her game. So your power in this is in not playing. Psychopaths respond to two things: reward and consequence. So as you exit, don't reward her manipulation through your participation. But what you do instead is you make sure her harmful actions have clear consequences, be it reputational, logistical, financial, or legal if it comes down to that. Some examples are if she sends you walls of text and blows your phone up, it's a loss of time and energy for her because you don't respond. If she threatens or stalks you, contact the authorities, file restraining orders if applicable. If you're in a domestic situation and trying to get out of it, talk to the local law enforcement preemptively. Tell them your situation. So if something does happen and they respond to a call, they know what they're walking into. If you're married or co parenting, work with an experienced family attorney who understands personality disorders and toxic personalities. If you're a public figure and you anticipate false accusations, document early and consider controlled professional communication with colleagues and be prepared to make public statements ahead of time. Sometimes the best way to subvert a loss of reputation with a false sexual assault charge is to get ahead of it and address it and frame the narrative with the truth before the false accusation comes out. The key here isn't revenge, it's safety, distance, and using structure instead of drama. And yes, unfortunately, sometimes you can't walk away completely clean and you take losses. Accept that now and consider that what I call your stupid tax. When we do stupid things, like getting involved with psychopathic women, we sometimes get taxed, and it's called a stupid tax. And sometimes you have to pay it. Just accept it and take the L, and don't do things like this in the future. Now, if there are kids or major financial ties, you unfortunately are going to have to pay your stupid tax for a bit longer than others. Accept that fact now. And you will need to work through the system slowly, calmly, and with experts guiding you. The goal is to reduce exposure and contact. Every time you interact, do it through professionals, mediation, or written channels where you can keep documentation. And this part is important. Don't let your entanglement become an excuse to keep fighting on her terms and continuing drama in your life. This is a big one because when guys are in drama with a woman like this, even though they are destroying themselves, they're still getting this sense of reward. You see, your brain rewards being in this toxic fight with her, and it will keep you there while you continue to destroy your life if you allow it. And guys will use every dumb excuse in the world to continue doing stupid things with psychopathic women. So just fucking stop it. All right. If you can walk away, you walk away and you take whatever short term losses you have incurred as part of your stupid tax. The only reason you don't walk away is if you are contractually obligated, like due to marriage or cohabitation situations or shared custody. If that is the case, you don't continue drama. The key is distance and you work through appropriate channels. Winning doesn't mean proving she's wrong or punishing her or making her pay for her transgressions. Winning means your peace, walking away with your integrity, your reputation, and future intact. And if she walks away thinking she won, let her. Real power is being free to live the life you want. And once you've built a stable life again without the toxicity, that's the only victory that matters. If you're in one of these situations, don't go it alone. Work with professionals who understand this kind of psychological warfare. That means an attorney who understands dark triad traits if you are legally entangled. And that means someone who understands the mental game that you will need to get through this. Remember, your best decision making up to this point brought you into an entanglement with a psychopathic woman. So don't be stupid and egotistical and think that you're going to get all of a sudden make better choices now that you are emotionally distressed and under attack. That's not how it works. Get with somebody who knows their shit and do what they fucking say. That said, consider joining my community. Besides myself, who has worked with thousands of men, you'll get feedback from other men who deeply understand human behavior and high conflict relationships because they've been there and they've gotten out of it. I offer group programs and one on one sessions where we focus on strategy, recovery, and regaining control ethically, safely, and with clear boundaries. This kind of structured support helps you avoid reactive mistakes and it helps you make calculated, informed choices. And you can get into my community and start some initial work for free. Just click that link in the video description. Guys, you can't change a psychopath, but you can change yourself and you can protect your peace and you can build a life completely outside of the reach of toxic people. If this video gave you clarity, subscribe, share, and leave a comment about what you would like me to cover next, especially if you want to learn more how to spot dark triad patterns before you fall into them again. Protect your peace, protect your power, stay safe.